hip hop, and we just can't stop. From the bottom of our heart, brothers and sisters, we love hip hop. Woo, and we just can't stop. EBX and Lord Lamont, we love hip hop. And we just can't stop, 'cause we love hip hop. EBX and Lord Lamont. All right, brothers and sisters, we are back with another father and son discussion. You know, of course, got to move this around. So
what it do, y'all?
All right. Yep, we are back. And
Back.
Yep, and oh yeah, I know you said we need to get one of those machines.
Right, I know.
Thank those that's been riding along with me and Lord Lamont. And thanks for the reaction we got. We got some pretty good reaction on that last father and son discussion. What was it? Blaze Through the Valley?
Yeah, you know
it got some movement.
My girlfriend, she said that was the best one. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
She
Thanks.
goes back and she listens
Salute.
to them all.
That's
like,
what's
she'll
up.
Be drawing and shit, and she listens to the podcast. And
That's what's up.
Yeah, she gives me a lot of feedback. And,
wow.
And you know about everything that we do, and you know she gives her honest opinion, and she's like, yeah, it's awesome. She loves it. She's like, y'all be dropping jewels for real.
Wow. So. Well, thank those that's been riding along, current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view, we salute you. And
salute
from our family to your family. May that divine be in our life, and as I always say, protect us, keep us prospering, man, and paying attention. Mm-hmm. Yep, and we wanted to speak on a little bit of hip hop. As you can see, we got Fife and Q-Tip on the thumbnail and/or banner. Rest in peace and in power to Fife Dog.
Rest in peace, Fife.
And this is Hip Hop Heavy Hitters Part 8. And as you can see in the subject, we're going to talk about hip hop first. And then the subject is going to be conscious connection. And but that'll be a little later on in the podcast. And we got a couple songs, one by Lord Lamont and one by EBXCARES. And but that'll be a little maybe in the mid part of the podcast. But we're going to speak on Fife first. We're going to speak to Lamont by his music a little bit. Then we're going to get to Fife. And we got some other artists that we wanted to speak on. So Lord Lamont, what's new on the music? We were just talking about what you wanted to do, your goals on music.
I just really want to get to a point where I just really want to just start recording nonstop every day with my free time, I keep, I don't want to say making these excuses, because it's not that they're not excuses, because they're valid things, but the fact of the matter is I love making music, and I feel and I know that I just want to get myself out there, and it feels good, dude. I love making music,
right? And it bothers you when you're not making it.
I'm tired
That's how I
of
am.
Myself because I want to sound or I want the quality of my music, and I don't mean I want my music to sound like somebody else's in an imitative way. That's not what I'm saying at all. What
right.
I mean is
you want to elevate.
I want to have this, or I tell myself I want this, certain quality of to match the studio or professional quality 96 kilohertz and all of that stuff. But I'm tired of it's almost to the point where the mathematics of it all and the logistics put a damper. I'm putting a damper on it to me, and I got this phone, and you know what? It's got a microphone on it, and there's beats, and it's gonna sound good.
Right. So you gotta take.
I'm feeling it.
So you gotta take it back to the simple tools.
Exactly, and
that's something I speak on about Malcolm X all the time. He said the most powerful brother and sister is one that can work or move through life with the least amount of tools, that don't need very much.
Right, because
then elevate and grow.
Exactly, because and I see that now, because now it's.
So say if you feel somewhat, we say symbolically lost, you go back to the beginning, and then start fresh.
You back to the roots,
yeah.
And you get a refresher.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I need to do, and I'm glad that. Thank you for asking me that question, because it's led to this and. And I feel that.
Now when we talk about hip hop, you always gonna be on the list, and L'Oreal Lyrical. May she rest in peace and in power.
Rest in peace.
So every time we talk about hip hop, even if you're not written down, you're gonna come up. Because we love hip hop. If people who listen to this channel, they know. I always say that. Hip hop is my first love, but I love all kind of music. I've
Right.
learned, as you have, we have learned to educate ourselves about music. So, but hip hop is, it's a great expression, especially when you really like it, and you mean well, and you
And
understand
it's such a weapon and a badge of honor and a
Yeah,
form of
yeah.
defense for ourselves as people of color, of people of minority, just because of how notorious and symbolic hip hop has become in
Right.
American culture today.
You know, I gotta use Bob Marley. You know, I gotta use a quote he said: "Verbal newspaper for the black hip hop culture."
Absolutely, verbal newspaper.
And
Straight up.
salute to the real ones
Rest in
who
peace,
do
Bob Marley.
become
Salute
conscious.
to the
Which
real.
which we'll get into the conscious, but salute to the conscious artist, brother or sister.
Yeah, yeah. Especially the trailblazers,
And
like.
and I would say one too, like went through, because I always say a lot of artists now that maybe did some things when they were young. They were all of us have been young, went through that transformation too. So. And some that maybe were gangster became conscious. You know what I mean? Because I always like to say we rap about what we know at the time. Because we can only rap as far as the capacity of our mind is, or our knowledge, or what we know, or what our environment we're in.
experiencing.
Right. So I didn't used to think about things like that when I first began doing music. But that's what make it worth it and fun. When you start understanding it and really appreciating it, and not just trying to hear our voice over a beat or.
Right.
It's cool to do
right.
that, but
And you see, like, somebody, like, be their whole entire authentic selves. Like,
yeah,
put yourself in, like, right, the RZA's shoes. When he was 17 years old, 18
Say his
years
name
old,
again.
The RZA.
The RZA.
You know, the leader. Well, I don't want to. The creator of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh,
I don't want to say leader.
that's something I didn't know. Let's say one of the members.
Yeah, because Wu-Tang is.
And that's funny
I don't
you
want to
br-
take away from any. Of,
Right.
Of the Wu-Tang members.
And you know what? It's two
they're
artists I
all
got on this
so
list that's
powerful.
from the Wu-Tang Clan. That's kind of ironic.
That's probably my all-time favorite.
I got two
hip-hop
artists on my
group.
list, literally.
There's not a group alive that fucks with the Wu-Tang Clan as a solid unit. The Wu-Tang Clan.
And you know what?
will
I talked
massacre
about them.
Any and all other
Wow.
competition.
And I
Every
talked
time.
about them on a tribute I did to Hobson. And I talked about, like, if Wu-Tang Clan, NWA, like if NWA became.
NWA is close second.
I'm talking about if they banded together and Public Enemy. Those three
And
groups
Public
all
Enemy.
together.
Oh my
if they banded
God,
together.
dude, we wouldn't have been able to handle it.
See, I love imagining different collaborations
would've
like
been
that. Could you
insane,
imagine?
dude. Like,
And,
what the fuck?
And I'll even put Tech Nine's crew in there.
Right, that would have had.
'Cause he got a-
Yeah, bro. Like shit. If that would have been the case, Pac might have never died.
Dude,
bro. Rest in
Tech
peace. He might
Nine's-
still be here.
Tech Nine's roster, the artists he has. Oh
He
my
was with bro,
God!
He's made music with all the legends.
And
bro.
you all know one of my
He
favorites
was
is
close
King
friends.
ISO.
Yeah, yeah.
He got a new song out. It's a new song out now. It's, the title of it is his real name. I think it's Travis something. But he cold.
Yeah,
I like.
he's
First time I heard him, definitely dope.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid. And one of those, like, a conscious rapper, but that's not his gimmick.
No, it
You know
isn't.
what I'm saying?
He's
And
very
I love
honest
that. I
and
love
blunt.
because he's so honest.
He's blunt. Yeah.
And so it's just
Brutally
like,
honest.
Cool,
Yeah.
And because
And I'm sure that's what brought him and Tech Nine together. That realism in him. They connected.
there's never any fucking scandals about
Oh,
them
no.
two either.
No.
See?
No.
They're too authentic.
Yeah.
In
And they
everything
beast.
that they do.
They beast.
Right. And
You know what's some raw truth? And not just them two, other artists on his roster too. A lot of artists fear them.
well, yeah, because look at how many people
That's
have
just
all
real.
this weird whatever going on in the background, all these weird deals and gatekeep this and da 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 da. Now you got independent artists that are trillions of times more successful and identifiable
And Tech Nine been
recognizable around the world.
And
than
Tech
your-
Nine been
than
building-
your evil, quote unquote, air fingers, evil little empire industry.
and he been building his empire since maybe the late 80s, early 90s.
Mhm.
So he's
Late
put the
80s.
work in. So
Yeah.
all right, I know we deep, but you said okay, let's sum it up about your music. Then we gonna move over to Fife Dog. And a salute to Tech 9.
Big salute.
Yeah, I seen a picture of him today while I brought him up, and I put my favorite artist, and somebody liked on it. So salute to that.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite artists too.
And,
always has been, always will
oh
be.
yeah.
I remember being like 7, 8 years old, listening to I'm a player, I'm a player.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I'm a player.
And I seen somebody in the comment. It's like, you gotta make another Angelic. Then you have
Angelic. Oh my!
Somebody
God,
in the comments, man, you gotta make another Angelic.
Angelic 2 would be insane, dude.
Man,
it's never gonna happen. There's no way.
And I love the people that ride along. He got some soldiers that ride along with him. I'm talking.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't even say fans. I mean, people love Tech 9. Real talk, worldwide. You know what I mean? Yeah, technicians. Yep, that's what he call them. All right, so we're gonna get over to Fife Dog, but so what's the next for your music? What's your next things for the listeners you want to have for them that's in the works?
I'm just gonna start spitting, just raw, just no pen, no pad, just all heart, all soul.
And you can get it on your phone, and then bring it over here, and I can move. I can move out the driver's seat, let you sit over here, and
whatever.
Do whatever you need to do.
I'm finna use Rap Fam or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Lord Lamont got some music coming, and I got a song I'm gonna play from him. Young Lord, Young Mogo. He went in a little bit, and I'm gonna let him explain his emotion he was feeling in that song, because I always say music is like emotion. All right, so we're gonna move over to Fife Dog. Rest in peace and in power. And salute to Q-Tip. And I'm gonna read a little background on Fife Dog, and which I loved his style, I loved his swag. He was a great artist. I dug a little deeper into their group. I didn't want to. It was kind of negative. You know how they say they have creative differences.
Yeah.
I did read a little bit of that, but I didn't get too deep into it. It was too negative. I'm like, I hate hearing that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But because they have very good chemistry, him and Q-Tip, and I'm sure he misses him. You know, it's just not the same without seeing Fife standing next to him. All right, brother Fife, rest in peace and in power, my brother. Well missed, really missed. All right, his name is his real name is Malik. If I said his name right, I hate messing names up. It's Malik Isaac Taylor. It's Izaak. I think it's Isaac, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Okay, Malik Isaac Taylor. Let me see. Known professionally as Fife Dog, as we all know, was a Trinidadian, which I didn't know he was from Trinidad. American artist and a member of the group Tribe Called Quest, as we know. Huh?
One of the founding members of Tribe Called Quest.
Was he?
Yeah.
A Tribe Called Quest with Q-Tip and Ali Shaheed Muhammad, and I think that's the brother that on my banner here, or our banner here. The brother that's in that video, because that's where I got that from, a video. It's another brother in there, and I think that's who name that is, because he's in a lot of their videos and songs. Ali Shaheed Muhammad. And for a short time, Jerobi White. I don't really know who that is. He was also known as the 5-foot assassin and the 5-footer because he stood at 5'3". I guess because they were saying he was short, but he was a beast. You know what I mean? Yeah. So salute to him. Yeah,
Jerobi was also a founding member of Tribe.
Say that again.
Jerobi, he was also a founding member of.
Is that the one I just read? Jerobi White. Did I say his name wrong?
Yeah, he was one of the founders of Tribe.
Forgive me if I mispronounce names. Okay, he was one of the founders. Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, and brother Fife transitioned March 22nd, 2016. He had complications with diabetes.
Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah. So he was.
You don't really think of people dying from diabetes.
He was 45 years old.
But it can happen.
45, yeah. And see, he had one child, I think. Guys. Yep, he had one child, and I think he did have a. Let me see. I think he did have a wife. I don't like reading nobody's kid's wife name. Yeah, he had one. He did have a spouse. Mm-hmm. Yep. A spouse, and I think he had a child, and he had looked like a brother, McCall. It said Mikal Taylor. What do you think that would say? McCall Taylor?
Yeah.
That sound like a brother.
Yeah, I think that might be like an African language way of saying.
Oh, okay.
Michael,
well, he was from Trinidad.
Spelling of Michael. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Michael.
But
don't
Michael. Quote me on that. I'm
not
100% sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna read off 4 songs they did that we all know. Can I Kick It?
Yes,
El-
you can.
yep, electric relaxation. That's what's on my banner here.
Mm.
And I'm gonna explain why I took a picture of that banner and thumbnail. Electric relaxation and check the rhyme and scenario.
Mm.
Yep, they got 28 songs. But I just reading 4 of them. I don't want to
Right.
go through all of them. Yep, and
And then like the jazz we've got. That was
yeah,
a good one. That was their biggest hit.
yep, yeah, yeah. And I like the how the reason why I put this on the thumbnail and the banner, because I like how they were rapping, but that they were like having a conversation, and it looked like a cafe, like George Webb. That's what reminded me of it. And I like the way they were just flowing in the video. It wasn't flashy or nothing. And when they walked in the restaurant, everybody was bobbing their head. And they just
Right.
sat down at the table and they were just talking and conversating. But I like how they did it in a rap style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought that was unique.
And it still felt so natural. how
Yes,
they did it.
yes. And he was just, and I wanted to remember him like that. Him smiling and talking to him in conversation. And so that's
Right,
why I
like
put that
without a
on.
care in the world.
Right, right. That's why I put that on the thumbnail. I wanted to remember Fife in that way, you know.
Right. God bless his heart and soul.
Yeah.
And much love to his and condolences to his
Yep,
family.
and salute to Q-Tip, who's still. I
Big
think he's
salute.
still doing his thing, and
I'm
I
pretty
do.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're all still alive except for him. If
Uh.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yep. I think they're all alive. If I'm like you said, like if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I got 2 other artists. Let me see. I guess we can go and speak on these 2 artists. Then we can get over to a song because I got some superstars. I think I'm gonna save them to last, but they old school. Salute to Q-Tip again. Rest in peace and in power, Fife Dog. I'm sure his family misses him. You know, 45 is very young.
Yeah, that's way too early.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, and I want to go back to when I said I want to remember him. You know, in this what I got on my banner. I want to remind me of what
Right,
Ice.
in his prime and all. His
Yeah, when he was happy and you know.
truly as his soul.
Right.
Who, as
And he had his
truly
friends with him.
was.
He had his friends with him
His
right
brothers.
there. Yep, his brothers. And it reminded me of what Ice Cube said. And he had a little backlash when they said he didn't go to Eazy's funeral or whatever.
Why?
Well,
Well,
but let me tell you what he said though.
That could have been potentially dangerous.
No, but let me tell you what he said though. He said he said the last time he saw Eazy-E is when they were just about to squash the beef.
Yeah.
And they left. I don't know where they were, but they left this place that they were at and they were talking and they was somebody, it was stupid, man. I don't know why we was beefing and all that. And they left and Cube stepped outside and the last thing he remembered is Eazy-E walking off. He said all he remembered is his jersey and his hat walking off. And he said that's how he wanted to remember Eazy-E. He said he didn't want to see him, you know, suffering. He said that's not the image that he said he wanted to have a good image, basically, of Eazy-E.
Right.
So I understood where he came from, you know. So
Yeah, me too. That makes sense.
yep. So I always remember Cube said that. So that's reminding me of this what I said about Fife Dog and all other artists, you know, good artists that are no longer with us, and family, you know, brother and sister.
Yeah.
We want to remember them in a good light, you know. Don't be all sad. No, it's a celebration.
A celebration.
Transitioning and leaving this earth, it's a reality. We shouldn't be sad about it, you know.
Right.
So remember the good times.
It's just a transition.
Yeah,
like you
remember the
said.
right. And it was a time I didn't know that. I've learned that from people, you know, teachers I've listened to, shit, as well as me, teaching myself, you know. So we all learn something from somebody. So, all right, Lord Lamont, I got two surprise artists. Then I'm gonna play these couple songs I got. Young Lord, Young Mogo, and We In Here. Not We In Here. Putting It Down. Song I did called Putting It Down. All right. Now this is more. Lord Lamont know more about this artist than me because you spoke highly of this artist, the baby.
I love the baby.
I've been seeing little interviews of him. He is cool.
He had a freestyle that he just
Recently?
snapped on. Yeah.
He's like a really cool dude.
He is. He's awesome.
I listened to him like, wow, my son was right. He's really cool.
People, I think it's because he's from the Carolinas and they're kind of like they have this image of being like sort of more like, I don't want to say more rougher, but of being rougher than like other parts of America, and I think that gets mistranslated in a way where like a lot of males seem to feel like they need to be aggressive with him or whatever.
Right.
And some females too.
He's so
because-
mellow in his interviews.
Yeah, I know, for all the shit that he's been through.
Yeah.
Like, man, and he's funny. He's hilarious. Dude.
Yeah, I've
He's
seen him
funny
laugh
as-
a couple times. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
funny as hell, bro. He was probably would be so fun to hang out with.
Yeah, he do seem like he'd be cool to hang out with.
Yeah.
And I think you and
Shout
I
out to
talked
Baby.
about somebody had called him up. He said in the interview somebody wanted him to do a beef with a certain artist, and he knew him just for publicity. And he said, "Nah, man."
He would never do that.
He said, "Nah, I don't want to do that, man."
Hell
And
no.
and a lot of things that come behind that is consequences.
Right, yeah, exactly. You don't know how everybody's gonna take that shit,
Right.
and it could be some fake beef, but that
Right.
motherfucker might really be trying to get rid of you, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like, what
Yeah.
kind of shit? Some fake beef? What?
He's like, "Nah." He said, "I gotta really be feeling something towards somebody to have some kind of animosity, and
Right.
even then, it
You
ain't a
don't-
good
you don't-
idea."
And you don't put that shit on the internet, and you don't
Right.
pretend to. That's real shit.
That's like poking the bear. Leave
Right,
it alone.
Right. You don't. If you poke the bear, if you play with the bull, you're gonna get the horns.
And it's like this unnecessary drama. You just asking for it. And,
And then people wonder why they get into situations.
right. And that's why I like the baby. That's why I put him on the list and brought him up, because he seemed like he didn't dodge a lot of stuff. You know, he came through a little adversity, right?
Yeah.
You know, in the past, maybe.
Oh, dude, the one dude tried to kill him, rob him, or whatever
Damn.
at Walmart.
Damn.
Somebody else. He's got a couple bodies. He told the one
Shit.
story of when right before he blew up, I think it was. He lived in an apartment that had like apartment building that had like two entrances, exits, like stairs to go up to it. And a group of people, like 4 or 5 dudes, I think he had said, something like that. Don't quote me on that. Ran into his apartment, right? Well, he had ended up getting the drop on him, whatever, and he was like, they must have never really did any shit like that before. He could tell, like, they were, like, scared. He ended up killing, I think, 1 or 2 of them. Or
Self-defense?
whatever. Yeah, oh, absolutely, you know, because he knew about the other exit.
Right.
And,
right.
and they didn't, you know, he knew the terrain, and, you know, he's not dumb at all.
No, I could tell by
And-
his interviews. He's a very classy guy.
Yeah. Well together, you know, he knows what he's doing. He's aware.
So he became like kind of street smart and kind of educated himself about other things other than the streets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
All right. Well, let's.
And that's a big props to the baby. I've noticed too on this, because he has done a great job of not letting people manipulate and troll him
Right.
into fucking situations, because
Like I
people
just
are
said a minute
constantly
ago.
trying him. I remember
Trying to get him to do that
watching
fake beef,
the 20v1 that he did, and the dude like disrespected him and tried to basically clip bait him and farm shit off of him that was gonna make him money and clout,
Right.
that realistically he should have brought that to attention to the baby first and asked him
right.
if he consented in it, instead of just throwing him into it,
Mm.
or throwing
Using
it
his
into the mix.
name.
Who, the dude?
No, I'm talking about dude. Yeah, using the baby's name.
Oh,
basically.
I forgot who it was, but during
No,
the
I said he was
20v1
using the baby's name.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so he ended up leaving the studio, and you know he had already paid him, and then he tried to go to the internet and say that the baby fucking robbed him.
Oh, we talked about this.
10,000, and
We talked about this before.
And he
But
was
that-
like,
when did this happen?
begging on his grandma's.
When did this
life and
happen?
shit.
This happened about 3, 4, 5 years ago, maybe. It was a little while ago,
No,
wasn't
I
it?
think it was like 2 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. Maybe even like a year.
Mm.
And
All right, well, salute to the baby.
Like, you would think, like, he would have crashed out. A lot of people, I think, would have thought he would have crashed out
Mhm.
and, like, really hurt dude. But, like, the way he handled it was fucking flawless. It was perfect.
Mm.
Like, he was like, hold on, what? When he figured out what was going on, he was like, nah, hey, don't record that. Because she asked him some crazy-ass questions. You know, he was like, stop recording that, don't record that, delete that. And he kept trying to make excuses. He was like, huh? And you could feel the tension shift.
Right.
And like, he must have thought he was gonna do something or something. I swear, dude. And he was like, and he just was like, all right, I'm good, I'm out of here, and left.
Mm.
And like that was so smart because then he's not getting shit.
Mm.
And, man,
So
dude, that was
the
genius.
baby paid attention to his intuition.
Yep.
Ooh, that rhyme. That rhyme.
And walked off with like I think 10 or 20,000.
Mm.
You know, his pocket's 20,000 K or 20K fatter type shit.
All right, well,
Which
salute.
well, he deserved much more than that for that
Right.
fucking bullshit. Like basically, he tried to slander him and all kind of other shit.
Mm. Well, let's move over to salute to the baby. Real talk. I had to put him on the list. I mean, like I said, I knew you knew a little bit more about him than me. And
Yeah, he's
seemed pretty
one
cool.
of my favorite new artists.
All right.
Keeping the game alive.
Now I gotta. Oh yeah, he definitely. I'm gonna check out some of his new music too, and that freestyle. Maybe I punch in the baby freestyle. Maybe I'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
I want to move over to this sister, employee of mine, a brother Darius. I work with. I call him D. He told me about Glorilla. Did I say that name right?
Glorilla. I love Glorilla.
He said that she can be maybe a little ghetto, but he said she speaks some truth too.
Yeah.
They said
she's awesome.
she got some good music too.
Yes.
That's what he said.
Very
And
good.
he seemed like a pretty good dude, so I was like, okay, I'm about to check her out. So I put her on the list. I don't know much about her, so but I wanted to have something more of your generation, So you say she make pretty. When he say good music, what do you think he mean? Like she tell the truth on things?
Yeah. Honest from the heart, her
Real
perspective.
Okay.
She's not pandering to nobody.
Okay.
She's just being herself.
Okay, got you. Well, salute to Glorilla. I had to put her on there. I don't know much about her, but hey, everybody gotta go through their transformation, right?
Right.
Yeah. So she going through hers. All right. Salute to Glorilla and the baby. And
baby for sure.
Yep. Five Dog, rest in peace and in power. And salute to brother Q-Tip, Tech Nine, King. ISO, because I did mention them brothers. All right, well, I'm gonna play a couple songs, and we got, let me see, 3 more artists that we gonna speak on. Then we gonna switch over. We gonna just blend them in. We gonna segue into conscious connection, and it's gonna segue into some things that a lot of us see in the media. Because I do kind of want to talk to my son on that, see what he think about it, and you know how we do it. We speak on hip hop and other subjects also. Yeah, but I got like 4 other artists that I wanted to speak on. We're going to run through them and see what Lord Lamont think. I'm going to get to these songs.
Sounds perfect.
Yep, give you a little break. Give me a little break too. Yeah, we was getting it in.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Gotta love it.
I knew you was going to know a lot about but the baby. I said,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
going to get my son to talk about
One
the
of my
baby.
favorite artists for sure.
All right, let me see. See, we gonna save Young Lord, Young Mogul for last. We gonna do 2. It's gonna be a double hitter. The first one is Keep Putting It Down. Let me see. Now I gotta work my strategy on this here computer. Ooh, I turn that down. Get a position. Big whole lot. I know it. Ooh, wrong way. Whole lot. I know. I would have had it too loud. It would have been distorted. Let me see. All right. First song is Putting It Down, brothers and sisters, and we'll be back with a more father and son discussion. Hip Hop Heavy Hitters, Part 8.
EBX. Brothers and sisters, I gotta put it down. Thanking God that we around. New sheriff in town. Hey, man, I gotta put it down. Brothers and sisters, gotta put it down. Thanking God that we around. Hey, new sheriff in town. EBX, I gotta put it down. Brothers and sisters, yeah, I'm here. I ain't doing the old thing. Then I keep my mind so smart and I never go insane. I smart things while I get up on this mic and sing. And yeah, in this life, and touch up on my brain. And get up in the soul. My sisters and my bro. I always say vibrations high, never go. And I stay up on this ground. And I keep on making it sound. I'm thinking my brothers and my sisters, family, we around. Woo! I gotta put it down. I'm thanking God that we around. Woo! A new sheriff in town. EBX, a man, I put it down. I'm thanking God that we around. A new sheriff in town. I gotta put it down. Brothers and sisters, woo! I remember when I used to be a nice guy, but now I'm here and I'm somewhere in the sky and doing old things, man. I'm trying to be a smart bro, and yeah, keep us on our toes. I'm watching for my children and my family. Gotta watching for the devils while I'm out here in the streets. That's why I break it down, man. The owners in my seed, man. I got my family, no devil ever get the E. Woo! That's why I put it down. I'm thanking God that we around. Woo! A new sheriff in town. Brothers and sisters, gotta put it down. I'm thanking God that we around. A new sheriff in town. EBX, I gotta put it down. Brothers and sisters, yeah, keep on fighting. Yeah, man, up in this time. Yeah, I'm a single man. Yeah, I might not have a wife, but I'm strong. I'm standing firm while I'm on this ground. Like you hear up on this song, thanking God that I'm around. I'm a beast, wanna get up on this beast. I ain't no devil ever gonna quiet the E. I stay up on this sound, so strong in my bones. I'm thanking everybody that's got divine zones. And then I keep on putting it down. I'm thanking God that we around. Brothers and sisters, yeah. New sheriff in town. Salute. Salute.
All right. That was song number one. You
I
said
haven't
what?
heard that one before.
Oh, man, playing a lot of songs you ain't heard.
For
Huh.
real. They're just better and better. I love it.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I love when you're tapped in.
I appreciate it. All right, the next song is Young Lord, Young Mogo.
Honestly, you taught me really how to dial in to my freestyle and like just not
Get into that
care.
divine
Yeah,
zone.
yeah,
I'm always
just-
talking about it's like a broken record. Divine zone, divine zone. No.
Yeah, you
Alright.
be on to something, pops.
Hey, it took a lot of work to get there. I want to make it look like I can just. It takes work. That's why I was talking about meditation all the time. You gotta really like get into your. That's why we're gonna get into
For real.
conscious
and, like,
connection.
You gotta take it seriously.
Yeah, if you really want to tap
Yeah.
into some wonderful things that come about.
For real.
Yeah, it ain't just music. A whole lot of stuff. Yep. All right.
Whole lot of stuff.
And we gonna speak on this song right after it go off, and then we gonna talk about these superstars. Like you got to hear this collaboration. I think it's wonderful because I want you to look it up, and then we're gonna talk about a little about what's in the media. All right, conscious connection. But here we go. After Young Lord, Young Mogo, he went in. That's why I want him to speak on the emotion he was going through when he made this song. So nobody be offended, cause he came real with it. He came raw. So all right, be back after this. Lord Lamont, Young Lord, Young Mogo.
If it ain't God, it ain't real. Oh, this shit lit. It's projecting, self-justifying, excusing, accusing, denying. Well, I don't have a problem. There's nothing wrong with me. So if it's not me, it must be you, or it must be them, or it must be it.
Yeah. Real nigga salute. I'm in the coupe, God bless it. Boss like a Smith and Wesson. Don't make me press it. Look, I shit on these niggas. I'm sick of these niggas with no antiseptic. Don't you get at me. Off top like a toupee. Out of pocket, now it's just too late. What's the commotion? Let's get it cracking. Flow locomotion. Ready for action. They all got reaction. Young nigga, don't blow it. Young niggas don't blow it. I see mics and deceives my opponent. Chopping them up. Bitch, don't you know it? Feed them to leeches. Never found, never leaking. Never found, never leaking. Okay, capiche, bitch. Inscrutably sharp. Dripping, truthfully shocked. P.S. We did it best. Hardest to start. See in the dark. Foot on they neck. Rip you apart. Straight from the heart. You gon' give me respect, nigga. Give me respect. Foot on they neck. Whole world in duress. Young nigga write checks. Invested in self. Build me the cost for the bus. Spot to the top of the chart where I'm going. Niggas be faded. Smoking that Lotus. Chakras on high. Bugatti be woeing. Bitches be hoeing. I'ma just make these racks spread. She just gon' make that ass spread. Reppin' Midwest, my flex, 10,000 degrees. Flow lethal weapon, fucking with these. Get off my nuts, take a step back. Look at the world, what do you see? Earning this money and turning the key in the lock. Airing them out, we gon' bring the soul in the sound. Fuck all that clout, smoking that good kush. Cause my nigga, we out and about. Look, living so lavish, turning these seeds into cabbage. My lettuce be gross over average. Residual dividends to the bank, nigga, I'm savage. bitch. Get it so classy, most niggas be acting, I die for the shit. Really, your Mac, I attack, plead the fifth. Got your bitch in the sack, she was calling me up. Fucking so good, put it on wax. Have her right back, 'cause I gotta go. Gotta move, leading the pack, no looking back. It's what I do in my zone, won't give them no slack. Ain't fucking with that. Shouts to the crews and shouts to my niggas with County Building Blues. Be on the get back, bitch nigga get back. Holiday season, but this ain't no gift wrap. Dripping with ooze, Yahweh's prophet. This I promise, say, give a fuck what you say, fuck what you think. Put the pen to the page and the plague on fold. So amazed, days with the flows. Look at that, it's like that, 'cause I'm in it for the long run. Young nigga on fire, let the mic run. Scorching, of course, and I'm hot. I'm looking for a bold little bad bitch with an accent, top shelf, classy like Porsche. Yeah, fuck her in the Mercedes. Oh yeah, yeah, going crazy. Won't ignore ya, sassy. She like, give it to me, daddy. Push my ignition, please, with finesse. I bless her so good. She sent me a check. Oh Lord, what's next? Now I'm in the zone. Now I'm in the zone. Young running back, touchdown. What's next? Flex, flex, young Lord, young mogul. Ay, young Lord, young mogul. Ay, young Lord, young mogul. Ay, go global.
Ooh, hey, 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 hey. I love that part. Yeah, I love that aggression, man. Just, man, like I say, we all go through our transformation. We can't, we can't get into, now, I always say we can't judge people, but some people bring judgment upon themselves. But again, everyone goes through a transformation stage.
And I mean,
yes.
Every
how many, when
action has a reaction.
Right. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I done made songs that, it's a song I made, I ain't gonna lie, I made a song by my baby mama. Or mother of my child. I don't like saying baby mama, and I went in. I was cussing and I got it on SoundCloud, but I'll never play it.
It'd be that
I played half of it.
Felt a type of way
Exactly,
about it,
exactly. So I've been there too. I made a song recently called "I've Been There Too." Real talk. So I wanted to let me get back to the mojo music. So because we got some things we need to talk about. I want to speak on these artists, these superstar old school brothers. I'm gonna speak on, and we're gonna get to conscious connection, because that's going to lead into what's going on in this here media. Let's see. Gotta get the mojo. Gotta get your mojo. Okay, better be good. That ain't it. That's not it. Okay, I know which one it was. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. Sorry about that. But let me see. I'm gonna go ahead while I'm looking for this. The next artist. First, let's speak on the emotion you was going through in that song before we get to.
I just really felt like, I know I can do this, and I want to I'm tired of doubting myself and being like, oh, I feel weird about rapping or speaking on beat and da 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 da. Let me just go ahead and do this shit how I just really feel and what I want and where I want to be and what I want to do with my life and where I want to go and kind of try to summarize that. Right.
What did you feel? What was you feeling in that song when you made that song? What made you
fearing fearing? I was feeling entrepreneurial. I was.
There was some aggression in there.
That's what I would feel like. Well, it was aggression. It was more like a release. You know what I'm saying? And it was from the adrenaline and the excitement and testosterone, and I guess that to me is what it would feel like.
And you just let it all out
at the top. You
know
what I'm saying?
I like how you gave love to those who are locked down. It was something like that. You said, and then in part of the verse.
Yeah, and shout out to my niggas with the County Building Blues. That was the
County Blues. That shit was dope. County Blues. Yeah. See, I love that energy, man.
Some people are locked up for the rest of their lives. Some people will never see the light of day again. That's nothing to be played with, and I just want to let them know, I'm you're not forgotten. I'm thinking about you at least.
And we all been there.
Yeah.
Yep. I just wanted the listeners to get a taste of your energy and a taste of things to come. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we all go through our transformation. We all been young, so he going through his. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, his heart is in the right place. Hey,
thank you.
We all, especially melanated, we as black men, Sisters too. We all have a little edge in us. You know, we just learn how to convey it as we get a little wiser and get a little older. But the edge will always be there. You know, especially living in this so-called matrix. All right, so that's what's to come from him, and it'd be a lot of conscious. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, music is like emotion. You know, how he was feeling at that time is how he was feeling, just like many other artists that you hear he and I speak on. All right, Lord Lamont, we're gonna move over to these other artists, then we're gonna salute these brothers and sisters on. I did wanna, it was just a little small summary about conscious connection. So I like reading because it get in our subconscious.
Yeah.
All right. Big Daddy Kane, Redman, Method Man, and Joey Badass did a collaboration. And I heard it, and it was beautiful.
That sounds amazing. What is it called?
I'll see if you can look it up. The collaboration, just punch in Redman and Big Daddy Kane. The rest of it should pop up.
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
It was beautiful, man. And I like how Big Daddy Kane, man, it's like he never left hip hop. Real talk. He started right back where he left off.
Oh my God.
And he didn't change his style, but he adapted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was dope. I was like, whoa, I feel good to see him. I feel good to see them brothers spit bars together.
Big Daddy Kane.
Yep, because it was Big Daddy Kane, Redman, Method Man, and Joey Badass. I remember.
Black Thought, Joey Badass.
Yeah, Black
4
Thought.
days ago.
Yeah, Black Thought. Yeah. I did a
Can we even listen to this?
Nah, it'd be a copyright.
Oh man.
But you can name it off again, the features and all that.
Redman, yeah, let me
Read some of the comments too.
what's that?
We talking about the what's the name of the song first off?
Song Knock Knock.
Okay, the song
Redman and Big Daddy Kane featuring Black Thought and Joey Badass.
Oh yeah, and I did a podcast where I talked about Black Thought.
But also,
What group is Black Thought out of?
Black Thought.
Is it Black Sheep or is it the Roots?
Black Thought.
Not Nappy Roots, but it's called the Roots. Cause I know it's two different. Cause I did a tribute, or at least spoke on.
Yeah, the Roots. Yeah.
Okay, so see, I know my man. Thank that great divine. We know a little. Say it again.
Him and Questlove.
Gotcha.
Co-founded the Roots in Philly.
Dope. Yep, I spoke on them on one of these podcasts, one of these hip hop heavy hitters. I spoke on them. Wow, it's amazing how life come back around.
Some people think he's widely recognized as one of the most skilled, if not the most skilled, incisive, and prolific rappers.
And conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dope. So I thought you'd like that. That's a wonderful collaboration with them brothers.
Oh,
yeah. And you was talking about Wu-Tang Clan earlier. That's why I got excited. As soon as you mentioned Wu-Tang Clan, I got all excited. I said, ooh, I got Redman and Method Man on my list. Yeah, that man. Now, who would ever thought we'd see Method Man, Redman, and Big Daddy Kane, Black Thought, Joey Badass on the same track? That's fucking dope.
There's hope for the future.
Hell yeah. You know, we ain't no hope. It's no. You know, we don't do hope, remember?
Right.
Hope is defeating.
Right.
You said that.
You're absolutely right. We don't do hope.
we don't hope nothing. We know. We set plans and work toward them goals. Ain't no damn hope.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, so we wanted to speak on that. That was I thought he might like that, so I spoke on that. And y'all, salute to all those artists that I read, from Fife to Q-Tip, The Baby, Glorilla. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Salute to The Baby for holding it together, coming through his adversity, and again, rest in peace and in power to Fife Dog, because it's kind of a tribute to Fife Dog. Yep, and I did want to read just a little small summary, and then I'm gonna salute you, brothers and sisters, on, and thank you for coming in to another father and son discussion. And Lord Lamont and myself, we're gonna salute you, brothers, on to your warrior divine life. All right, I just want to read. I did want to touch on a little bit what's going on in the media, but let me read this first. Not long, because we're gonna get off of here. All right.
I got some some things to speak on consciousness and its connection.
Okay. Well, before we gonna dive in and speak on this subject. Right. Okay. What's in the media? We already know what's in the media about the brother that had the platform. Now, you think he was connected to his conscience?
I think he maybe let
it get the better of him. He let the excitement, the rush of the fast lifestyle, the success. Some people are worshipped as celebrities, you know. I think he let that get to his head, and he unfortunately in those moments, he put that ahead of his humanity and of other people's humanity.
And you know something I always say? I always say you can do the smallest thing that'll fuck up your whole life. How you gonna let something as small and petty as an OnlyFans page bring your whole fucking building down, your whole empire down? Know what I mean?
Right. It's not smart.
And even if it was planned or sent in, you went for the bait. You took the bait. Know what I mean?
Right.
When you got high status and a huge ass platform, there's gonna be bait coming at you at all angles. You gotta be ready for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I always say the devil come through person, place, thing. When you got high status material, whether it's money, in the public's eye, you better be aware. Ain't no if. Your ass better be aware. You're a major hip hop artist,
Right. You
singer,
don't get the chance
speaker.
to make the mistake. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you ain't cutting me off. Go ahead.
You know, but you really, there's no room for mistakes.
Then you gotta watch getting yourself tied into these contracts, and you know what I'm saying? If you ain't somewhat, I know we can never be all the way 100% independent, but you gotta be independent in some areas. You know what I mean? Some stuff you just, nah, I'm good.
And yeah, because it's, you know, and being independent can help you, you know, because there's too many people that will offer you help just to have a proverbial leash around your neck in their mind, you know, of, oh, but I did this and this for you, remember? And da-da-da-da-da. Just so, like, I know people out there that'll do some shit for you, like, that you would think is cool, but just so that when you actually come to them and need help,
Right.
they can be like, nah, remember I da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And it's like, you don't want to sound rude or mean and be like, but I didn't ask you for that, you know, and you don't want to turn down help or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to, you know, but it's like, but when I need you,
Right.
you're choosing not to be there. It's like, what?
Well, that's when you start learning them boundaries.
Exactly, and who you have around you and why they're around you, and you know what I'm saying?
And dude had one of the biggest platforms on YouTube. You know, Cat Williams is on there,
Yeah.
Monique. Remember what Monique told him?
Yeah.
Monique said, you need to leave them young ass girls alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, apparently, though, so what I saw, I don't know, there's probably more than one, but she was texting him, have my baby, and all kind of explicit stuff. So,
To Mr. Sharp?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he should be fine because
she's
just trying to be like a witch, clout chasing, making money off of it.
I mean,
her feelings are hurt. I don't know.
It's 3 words.
Speculation.
It's 3 words that will stop me. OnlyFans page.
Facts. I'm not having anything to do with a female that has an OnlyFans beyond a friendship.
What ambition could she possibly have other than getting paid off her body?
Exactly.
It's like she.
And if you're gonna do something with her, non-disclosure agreement has to be. Absolutely.
I ain't even dealing with nothing like that.
You know, but I'm saying even for like taking on a date, like out to eat, even.
Yeah.
Casually, platonically.
I'm gonna tell you something funny. Bill Bellamy said he was in a hotel one time, and the lady came up to bring food. It was a big titty white lady. Excuse my French. He said he cracked the door and said, "Put it on the floor." See, shit like that happen, bro. You gotta be ready for that shit. It's like my advice, I was talking about this morning. I did a podcast this morning. If people still talking about going to this damn industry and don't know by now, they ain't gonna never know. You better have your shit together. You better be educated business wise. You better have your quirks, your weaknesses. You better have all that shit ironed out.
For real, you can't, because if you gotta keep your cool. Because
sharks gonna be on your ass.
They want you to freak out and da-da-da. They're gonna be gaslighting you. They're gonna be trying to trick you and trick you off and steal your ideas. You gotta be expecting that shit.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers are killing and raping and selling motherfuckers.
Like,
Yeah.
what does that tell you about what they're gonna do to you? You think they give a fuck about
Yeah.
you, your family, any of that? No, they don't. But they're gonna sure make it seem like they do.
They care, yeah.
And they're gonna cater to you in ways that
Mhm.
you've probably never been catered to before.
Make you feel like you sitting on top of the world.
Just so
Yeah.
that you're comfortable. So you go down that hallway, you go down that door that one night,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you
yeah.
don't fucking come back.
Yeah. Yeah, now that's a stain in his memory. Just like P. Diddy and so many others.
Right. Look at all these legacies that have been torn apart in minutes. Look at Kanye West right now. What the fuck is
I
going
know.
on with Kanye?
What the hell's going on with
Is
Kanye?
it even Kanye, dude? Like, what the fuck
Yeah.
timeline are we in, dude?
Talking about this motherfucker was getting molested and all this shit and doing shit with his.
You see
cousin
what he
when was a
been?
little
You see
kid.
what he been wearing lately?
The black, you talking about the black fucking things? The black
Look like
Nazi
KKK, but
outfit?
it's black.
The DJ.
What?
That's not surprising. That's classic Kanye. He's sending a message that he's not gonna be stopped or interfered or afraid of the Jewish like royalty that runs the media.
So would you
But
say? Would you say he's consciously connected?
Here's the flip side to that, though. A lot of those Jewish dudes are actually pretty fucking cool. Like, they're not all fucking weirdo.
So you got evil ones, and then you got ones that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
the evil ones make it. You don't know the good ones because the
it's
evil
all
ones.
just they were smart businessmen.
Mm.
And it's this whole big thing. Kanye's clearly, like, manic and fucking got some definite mental health issues. Trauma and all kind of shit that I think is kind of not guiding him, but blinding him.
You know something.
And a lot of his stuff is biased.
You know what something Cameron
We shouldn't
said.
take so
Cameron and Mace, their platform.
Yeah.
He was speaking on. He said he tired of feeling sorry for people who fortunate.
Kanye said something to Cameron too.
Really?
Yeah, some crazy shit.
He said
in
he said he
response to what
tired
he
of
was saying
feeling
about it.
because Mace was like, I hope Kanye get it together. Cameron was
Bro,
like,
what the fuck? I
Cameron
feel
was
bad
like,
for him.
Cameron was like, I'm tired of feeling sorry for rich people that got problems. They got opportunity to do better. He said, you got people out here can't even pay their rent, living check to check, got a little job. You know what I'm saying? Got homeless.
that look up to Kanye.
That's what he said. He said, I'm tired of feeling sorry for people who can do better. You know who?
This motherfucker got billions of dollars, bro. Why is he on the internet like a little girl, fucking crying, talking all this? Bro, what the fuck, dude?
To me, that's
you know
not.
How many fucking kids probably now are gonna like fail at life because of the shit? And I'm not even kidding you. Like, this isn't even an exaggeration. Do you know how many people fucking read that and are fucking depressed now and are like, holy fuck, dude, fuck life. Kanye's doing this shit.
Well, would you say that's consciously connected? No.
I don't think he's got good people around him right now.
And that's
dude.
and
He
the
needs
environment,
to go home.
the
He needs to
environment,
go to his family. He
the
needs
environment.
To get the fuck off the internet, dude.
Yep.
He needs to fucking
Get off to
chill
himself.
out, bro,
Yeah.
and just smoke some weed, bro. Go do some shit, chill, do some things that he loves. Hang out with his kid.
Yeah.
Relax, bro. You don't gotta be on the internet, big celebrity guy all the fucking time, bro. Like, you did you've done so many wonderful, fucking amazing things for the world that everybody loves you for, that everybody's always gonna fucking be on your side, bro, and in your corner. All the real fucking good people out in the world are always gonna have your back.
One thing we always got to know, a conscious connection refers to a deep inner sense of moral awareness and the connection one feels with one's own values and principles. It's the feeling of knowing what is right or wrong and how one's actions align with those values, often leading to feelings of guilt or satisfaction. It just depends on the person. Based on those actions, things we do. You know, it depends on how we are in the core of our psyche, whether we have a difficult life or a somewhat smooth life, or it's not, because it's going to be challenges. That's the reality. But there's less of them when you stay out of the way of shit, you know. I mean, like I said, the industry, I'm done.
Right, we got the internet, we got independent business, we got fan base, bases, we got people that know what to do.
That Hollywood shit is a done data. I said that this morning.
That shit went out there. It was good when it was good for the good parts, like 90s,
in 2000, early 2000s, shit, the 80s, and you know that was when like I think movies and Hollywood and cinema was at this fucking unparalleled peak that we'll never get back, where movies were fucking amazing.
As we said before, everybody got a TV now. Everybody on TV.
Yeah,
It loses its
celebrity.
it loses its how can I put it?
Saturated. That's capitalism.
TV it's lost its
Allure.
power it had over people because everybody can get on TV now. So it's like everybody got special.
Now we're like, fuck, dude, let's go outside.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
older, man.
it's like only a certain group of people had a special power, but now everybody got it. Mm-hmm. That's how I look at social media and independent
right. Like,
outlets.
this is fucking lame.
Right.
You guys can have this shit back.
Yeah. People got whole episodes and shows now on YouTube. So, you know. But I'm thankful for the people who use YouTube for the good things, you know, and positive and, you know, even a little comedy, maybe some entertainment, just something that ain't hurting themselves or no one else, you know. Conscious connection, you know. As you heard what I read in that summary, right from wrong. That's what it comes down to.
The parallel, you know, of that, and then the dichotomy of that, you know, in comparison, and not in an unhealthy way, but I just mean simply observationally, between individuals, you know, yourself and another person,
and stay away from things,
another person's, you know, perspectives and understandings of one another. It's
like me and you vibing, and stay away from things that blur the lines, that have us like doing stuff sporadic, like Kanye is doing, and other people, and in his mind, he probably think he okay. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's how, like, Hollywood and being, I don't know what it is about these celebrities. It does something to their mind.
They do. That's what they do. Look what they did to Britney Spears, David Hasselhoff. That's what they do. That's part of their whole spiel. Is they put the media on them. They flip them. They flip everything they do. They make them seem crazy. They have a fucking nervous breakdown in front of the world.
Yeah,
they're right there, flashing cameras, everything, making money off of it, making money off of it, making money off of it.
And you know what? And they still making the money as they're suffering.
Yeah, and they don't give a fuck about
and you know what?
The people suffering because they're the celebrity, because they're making the money off them.
You know what's even sadder? Even when they're gone.
And then they be like, oh, our hearts feel for you.
And they still make money off of them even when they're gone. There's people still making money off Michael Jackson, probably Biggie Smalls, Tupac to this day.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
Sure is. It's sad. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, but I think that great divine that my family, the family you come from, me, you, people that we care about, we know that we are consciously connected. I could say my mom's consciously connected. Absolutely. Uncle Terry, most of the people in my family.
I can tell from my first conversation, like adult conversation with my grandma, I was like, oh, she's a
my genius. Mom, your grandma. I should have said that.
I was like, oh, she's a genius.
Yeah. Then been through it. She knows some things. You know, mom's not perfect, but I done learn a lot from mom. Real talk. So, yep, that's his grandmother. Brothers and sisters I'm talking about. All right, well, you know, the best way we can. Stay consciously connected to that divine spirit within. Anything to keep us centered and doing right. Staying away from blurred lines. That's what being in the spotlight, fame. End up turning from fame to shame. And that can be, they ain't got to be high status, because you got people on social media doing ignorant stuff that's not famous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all about that damn fame and attention shit. That's a drug all of its own. Attention? Shit. Yeah. This social media have you where you disconnected from your conscience. I mean,
that's what they want.
Yeah, conscious, and the psyche ain't nothing, and the mind is nothing to fucking play with. Real talk. So, yeah, your body going one way and your mind going the other. Ain't nothing coordinated. That's, man, you know, especially for a healthy human being, brother or sister, or male or female, that's nothing wrong with them and just kind of wasting their life and on social media for the fame and doing ignorant stuff. And some people have died on social media live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's bad.
Yes. So, yeah.
Dude, you know, it's funny you say that, because literally in my Facebook feed right now there's a video, and I just saw another video. She shot him on IG Live. He's dead. The one I saw before that, dude confesses and goes live while his girlfriend's lifeless body's on the ground. He came home from work, her cheating on him, dude that was the dude jumped up butt ass naked, ran. He was like, he took off running out, pop, pop.
Wow.
And I guess he got away. He missed or whatever. And then she came back around screaming. He said,
On camera?
yeah.
Jeez.
No, he didn't shoot her on camera.
Oh.
But he was telling the story on live.
Jeez.
Dead on the ground. He's, pointing the camera. He's like, fuck you, you stupid ass bitch. Look at you. You thought
Dang.
you could tell he was heartbroken.
Dang.
Yep. He was like, the police already on their way.
Then you had the 3 sisters that was driving drunk. I think I spoke to you before about that. Yeah. Yeah.
Not to, it's just.
Yeah. But we gonna keep it positive though. That's some reality we speaking on. That's what the power of this social media. I'm telling you, never underestimate the power of this social media.
Live for everything.
Yeah, I never went live. I never go live because everybody do it.
Right.
I don't like doing what everybody else do.
Like,
yeah.
That's
so
my business is my business and nobody else's business.
Yeah. Well, that was a few things we wanted to talk about, brothers and sisters. Salute to those artists I read that we talked about, and salute to Lord Lamont and his music and stuff and what he's gonna bring. And he got some good things coming, brothers and sisters. And we are both connected to our consciousness. It's not easy every day, but we're gonna stay with it. That's why we speak, to center us and bring our ass right back to reality. Back to life. I sang that this morning. Yeah, it's a wonderful space to be. It's not easy every day, but it's nice to have a place where you can go get some peace and get away from the noise for a little bit. Rejuvenate, get back out, because the fight must go on. So, all right, this has been another Father and Son discussion. Again, salute to all those artists, as well as myself, L'Oreal Lyrical. May she rest in peace and in power, and Lord Lamont. And rest in peace and in power, Fife Dog. Spirit will live on through all us hip-hop heads. And, yep, give them something positive, Lord Lamont, so we can salute these divine warriors on.
Stay strong and if things aren't going the way you want, you're not getting the outcome you want right now, just keep plugging in. Fuck it. Don't worry about the outcome because it's going to come. It's going to be better than what you ever thought.
And enjoy the journey,
Let it work out.
Yep, enjoy the journey. We set plans, make goals, but enjoy the journey. Yep. All right, this has been another one, EBS Cares, and
Lord Lamont.
Yep, and we'll see y'all on another Father and Son discussion. The best way we can, brothers and sisters. Please stay consciously connected with ourselves, families, to the righteous things of life. Remember, we all gonna get old one day. So stay great, brother, sister, family. Salute.